everybody. Say hello, Gnarlo. There we go. Knew you had it in ya. Welcome back to the Lord of the Rings, where we are playing the Hobbit burglar Gnarlo on his trip through the adventures of the Lord of the Rings Online, with particular focus being paid to the main epic storyline. The last time we left him, it's been a little while. He's been parking here, sitting in front of Bag End, and looking down on the party tree and the party field. Where we left off, the next one in the storyline here is make yourself useful. He had just talked to Lobelia Sackville-Baggins, had told her that he would not be bringing her any money from Mayor Whitfoot, and she was not happy about that. She was like, well, prove that you're a bounder and make yourself useful. I've heard there's goblins on the northern edge of the Shire, so I want you to go talk to Willcome Tunnelly, who's in the Quarry and Scary over on the east end of Hobbiton. Let me pull up the map here right quick. I'll show you we are right here on top of the hill, and we need to go on over the hill through Brocken Borings and the green fields all the way over here to Scary. So that is where we are headed. And we will get headed in that direction right now. Bye, Lobelia. Bye, Otho. You see, it is what it's called the near watches. We are late in the night. Pretty soon dawn will be coming. Once again, whenever we are more fully established in the game, I will skip through areas like this and be with you again whenever I get there. But since this is our first trip through the Shire, let us just enjoy the scenery and take a look at the sights that the Shire has to offer. We're coming up to the little town of Overhill now, which is a logging community. And it's on the edge of the Bindable Wood. And here's Overhill. Set in the forests. You can see piles of trees over there. We've got a number of quests awaiting here as well, but we're not going to stop and do those at the moment. Let's go ahead and finish the quests that we have from Lobelia, since once again it is one of the epic quests. We will come back and pick these others up, just not at this very moment. Every little town usually has a bounder right here on the edges of it. So if you ever get in trouble, when you're playing the game, it's one of those, of course, if you get in over your head, you can run away from the creature, and usually you stand a pretty good chance of getting away, unless you are in severe trouble, very badly injured, or if it's like a goblin has thrown a net on you and slowed you down, or perhaps if you're fighting a spider, it can have caught you in a web and slowed you down. In that case, you're pretty well screwed. But otherwise, you have a pretty good chance of getting away. And if not, if you can get close enough to one of these bounders, the bounders who wear such wonderful, fashionable headgear, I highly approve. They can often take care, if you get close enough to them, they can take care of whatever is giving you trouble at that time. Alright, we're now in the city of Brocken Borings. Let's see. And up here, there is, if I remember correctly, I haven't been in this part of the Shire in a very long time. Yes, they have carved their tree here into a statue. Can see it's a hobbit holding a large club. The hobbit, it's a statue of You know from the stories, it's actually not even from Lord of the Rings. It's from Story from the Hobbit, which we'll be seeing in the theaters in about another year and a half. It's Bullroarer Took. This commemorates the Battle of Green Fields, which happened right out here in the Green Fields. He defeated the Goblin Lord Golfindel. I think that was his name. Golfimble, and then knocked his head off with a club, which went sailing through the air and down a rabbit hole. And thus he defeated the goblins and invented the game of golf at the same time. So this is him inventing the game of golf, as he's about to knock Golfimble's head across the fields and into a hole. I love the little touches that the developers of the game have thrown in like that. There are several of them that are true Tolkien scholars, and when you got on the forums, they could debate the most minuscule points of Tolkien lore with you for pages and pages. So I can say I won't speak to where the game has gone, in the later year or so, since it's gone free to play in the item store and all that. That doesn't really have anything to do with, the quality of the game. That's really, if you pay attention to the way MMOs are going, that really seems to be where most, if not all, of them are eventually headed. Because Lord knows that Lord of the Rings Online here and Turbine's other game, Dungeons and Dragons Online, have definitely been making a lot of money. And after all, these are companies, and that is the sole purpose that they exist for. Alright, there we go, Wilcombe. It is not an easy time to be an overseer of this quarry. Hello, Wilcombe. He's got the flaming ring over his head. He's the one we needed to speak to, so we will speak to him.
Is there something I can do for you?
Lobelia Sackville-Baggins has heard tell of goblins out in these parts. There have been a few sightings, it's true. My sister is convinced that she saw... Well, it's embarrassing. I suppose I can trust you, though. Alright, we'll finish it up and we'll be given a gift matham. Mathams are items that hobbits have, useless little knickknacks and things that they have forgotten what they were. Says this matham was given to you as a gift by a hobbit or a hobbit friend who you helped out in times of need. Rumor has it that's the Matham House, and Michael Delving is always looking for new and unusual mathams to add to their collection. And it gives you faction. If you turn it in, you get faction with the Matham Society. There are various groups, everything from the the Inn League to the what is the other? The Inn League, you go around drinking beers in the various inns, and you get faction with them. And there's a Dwarven Ale League as well. That's kind of in competition. The Dwarven Ale Society, I believe, that you get faction with the dwarves. This is the Matham Society for here, the hobbits. Let's finish it.
Please, stay a moment.
There we go. We were given some experience, and we got a gift matham, which should be in our inventory here. I was playing this on a different monitor earlier, so the screen's a little bit smaller. Yep, there it is right there, our gift matham. Okay, he's got a quest for us called Prologue, Pansy Tunley's Tale. My sister Pansy is a good sort, but she can be rather excitable. When she gets an idea in her head, it stays there, no matter how silly it might be, and before you know it, she's convinced half the Shire that it's true. She saw something out in the Greenfields the other day, and she thinks, well, maybe you better talk to her about it. Folk have seen goblins on the edge of the Shire, but try and talk some sense into her for me, will you? You'll find her wandering about the town square here in Scary, stirring the folk, I wouldn't imagine. Whoops, I shouldn't wonder. Gotta stay on script there. If we do this, we'll get a little cash, we'll get some healing potions, and we'll also be given either a shirt, which we can't use, or some shoes, which we definitely can and will be better than the ones that we have. So let's go ahead and accept it. Let's get our inventory off the screen. Okay, like I said, mathams. Mathams they talked about in both The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. As I said, they were the little unused, and there's the moon going down. We should be seeing a very nice sunrise soon. Hopefully, we'll be in a position where we'll see it come up well. Mathams were... The most famous Mathams were the ones Bilbo... There's Pansy over there. Bilbo had donated his sword Sting and his suit of dwarven mithril mail to the Matham house in Michael Delving, and it sat there in the Matham house for what, 60 years before he got them out again to take on his trip and eventually give to Frodo. All right, she says, my friend Milo is fed up with that Lobelia Sackville-Baggins. Hello, Pansy. Hello there. There's something terrible happening in the Shire, and you need to do something about it before it's too late. I was walking on the green fields looking for flowers when I saw a squat little man off in the distance. He was carrying a spear, and believe me when I tell you he was a goblin. All of a sudden he dropped to the ground, and it looked to me like he was reaching into a hole of some kind. A rabbit hole, most likely. I was so scared I ran back here and told my brother what I saw, but I don't think he believed me. The green fields are out northwest of here. Maybe you ought to go look in those rabbit holes yourself. Don't know what it was looking for, but it can't be good for the Shire. So we've got to go to the green fields and search a rabbit hole. Maybe we're looking for the skull of Goffimble himself. As you see, the sky's lightening up. It will be dawn soon. According to... Yep, we're in the foredawn hours. So let's go back to Brockenborings, head out to the green fields, and maybe we'll have a good vantage point out there to watch the sunrise. As we complete Pansy Tunnely's tale. I mentioned in an earlier episode, I talked about the copper and tin deposits. Here's another one. This is like the second tier. You find barrow iron deposits. And once again, that is all part of the crafting. If you choose to be certain crafting professions like armsman or metalsmith, you'll need lots and lots and lots of those ore deposits as time goes on. And out here in the field, we're certain to see, we will be certain to see deposits of like branches as well, which woodworkers and stuff of that sort use. Alright, let's go on out to the green fields. I'm going to zoom out so we can see anything that's trying to sneak up on us. Alright, we need to find some rabbit holes. Now, having done this before with a couple of other my characters, like right there, heavy ash branches. So that is the level of branches that goes along with the barrow iron. And as you see, we've got bears, and they are red. Mature black bear. So yeah, if one of them were to aggro on me, he would just kill me. He's not purple. Purple means that they're so high level that not only are they going to rip you up, but you can't even hurt them. But they are quite up there a bit. Now, having said that, I believe also they are, it looks like non-aggro now. It used to be if you got close enough to them, which is why I am keeping my distance, they would tear you apart. Alright, let's search this rabbit hole. You found a pointy rock. Alright, let's see. We are to bring the pointy rock to Pansy Tunnely. Here's our pointy rock. This pointy rock came from a rabbit hole on the green fields. Well, that was simple. Last time I ran this, there were about six holes out here that I had to search before I found the right one. Once again, I don't know if that's part of the simplification process. Let's run past one of these bears right quick. Ah, see? The bear did aggro on us. And here it comes to attack us. Let's get to a bounder right quick. Or try and outrun it. So I said, I was hoping it was still like that if you got close enough to the bears... Ooh! Good hit. Good solid hit. If you got close enough to the bears that they would aggro on you. Good. And if you see if you can lead it far enough away, it will de-aggro and run back to its home location. So we did escape that one that time. Alright. As the sky brightens, and dawn is coming on. Let's go finish talking to Pansy, and then it should be dawn, and we will watch the sunrise over the Shire as we call it a day. That's a strange sentence, but then I am a night shifter as well. So, actually makes sense to me. Most people are going out to have breakfast. It's Miller time for me. Alright, let's go find Pansy. She should be somewhere close by. Yep, she hasn't moved. In the old days, she used to wander around, so it looks like they've planted her in one place now.
Hello.
You found this inside a rabbit hole in the green fields. This is a Goblin Tooth. This confirms my suspicions, Gnarlo. It was a goblin I saw the other day, and not just any goblin, but old Golfimble himself. You haven't put it together yet, Bounder. A long time ago, the Goblin King Golfimble tried to invade the Shire, but he was defeated by Took, the mighty Bullroarer. In one swing, Bullroarer knocked off Golfimble's head, and it went flying through the air and landed in a rabbit hole. Golfimble is back, and he's searching all the rabbit holes on the green fields for his missing head. This is terrible. You'd best bring the Goblin Tooth to Bounder Primstone at the watch office in Brockenborings to the west of Scary. Hurry, Gnarlo. Alright, speaking of someone who seems to be a member of the Inn League, I think that she may, in her life, have been given a little bit too much ale. She seriously believes that the ghost of a headless goblin is searching the green fields looking for his head. So, alright. Let's see if we can get up here without getting attacked or eaten by anything. Not going to quite make that, are we? The music changed. You heard the Shire music start up. Means it is now officially daytime, officially dawn. Very soon the sun will be poking its head up over the hill there. Okay. Well, we will call that a morning this time around. As we just park here on the edge of Scary. We're not going to be able to see the sun actually rise, but I'll catch it from the top of the hill sometime. And we'll just splice that in. And I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. The next time we're here, we will continue the adventure of the Pointy Rock, which may or may not be a headless ghost goblin's tooth. Alright, here we are on the very top of Bag End. You'll see there's Bag End off to our right. Down below you can see the tent and the party field. We're going to go to the very tip top of the hill here and watch the sunrise up over the Shire as the sky lightens and dawn comes upon us.